After receiving the Torah at Mount Sinai and receiving an explanation and instructions for many of the commandments of God, in this week's Torah portion, the portion of Terumah, beginning with Exodus 25, we receive the commandment to erect the tabernacle, later to become the Holy Temple in its permanent location in Jerusalem on Mount Moriah. And in this week's Torah portion, indeed, we receive many of the instructions for the details of the Mikdash, the Mishkan, the tabernacle, the sanctuary of God. And one of the sages of our tradition in the Midrash conveys the idea that God expresses himself that he has an abode in heaven where he reveals his glory, but he's not satisfied with that. He wants to have an abode in this world as well. And indeed, the idea that's expressed is that the entire reason that God took the people of Israel out of Egypt is so they will come into the Promised Land and erect the Holy Temple. The concept of the Holy Temple is so central to the entire theme of the Torah, which really, on one foot, translates as follows. God has the heavens and the heavens of heavens, as King Solomon declared when he dedicated the first temple. But he is not satisfied with that, because God's interest truly lies in this world. Every person, every detail of this world is important to him. And the goal of our lives is to live in this lowly, mundane world, but to realize the godliness that is hidden in every aspect of creation. This is what comes together in the Holy Temple. There is an idea that's expressed in the Midrash that when God instructed Moses, as we find in this week's Torah portion, "They shall make for me a sanctuary, and I will dwell amongst them," when Moses heard these words, he actually recoiled. He was so shocked that God would instruct the children of Israel to erect a dwelling place for him in this world. And he said, "But my Lord, the heavens and the heavens of heavens cannot possibly contain you." Meaning, would you really be interested in having a place with us here in this world? And the tradition recounts God responded to him, "Moses, you are quite mistaken. All that's needed is 20 beams on this side and 20 beams on that side, the instructions of the tabernacle, and I will cause my presence to dwell among you." And this conversation that took place between Moses and God, as it's recorded in our tradition, conveys a very crucial idea, which is central to Jewish thought and to biblical faith for all people who are attached to the God of Israel. That the main thing of creation, the centerpiece, the most important idea of all, is for us to live in this world, but to be centered around the reality of the presence of God, to bring him into every detail of our lives, to be focused on the fact that God indeed cares about this world, and if we make a place for him in this world, that indeed he will rest his presence amongst us.